WRCA-TV New York, Channel 4.
Last week, one of you at home correctly identified this picture as Monty Woolley. Yesterday, the winner, Mr. and Mrs. Gamber, collected their prize. Tonight, the start of a new home Dotto contest. A new contest, another phone call to one of you at home, and a chance for you to win that fabulous prize. On the show that turns dots into pictures and pictures into dollars. Dotto. And here's the star of Dotto, Jack Narz.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You're very kind. Welcome to Dotto, brought to you by Colgate Dental Cream, world's largest selling toothpaste. Well, last week our lovely champion was tied in 2 matches. Our first contest tonight, as the result of those 2 ties, will be for $300, $300 Dotto. The champion and the challenger will face pictures worth $15,000. Right now, though, let's meet our lovely champion, Miss Connie Hines. Connie, want to come in, please? And nice to have you back. Last week, before we ran out of time, we just barely met her challenger, so let's have Mr. Ralph Paul introduce him again this evening. Ralph?
Colgate welcomes back the promotions manager from London, England, Mr. John Ridley.
Hello, John. Welcome back to Dotto. Nice to have you here. And, John, before we chat, do you mind if I talk with Connie for just a few seconds?
No, I think it's quite understandable. She's nicer to look at than I am. As Dorothy Parker said, pearls before swine.
Well, that's very nice of you, John. Thank you very much. And Connie, do you like surprises?
Oh, I love them.
Well, I think we have one for you. When I arrived at the theater tonight, there was a telegram waiting for me, and after reading it, I found out that it concerns you. Would you like to read it? Naturally, I imagine you would, with a woman's curiosity. Here it is. Take your time. Take a few seconds there to read it, and then...
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, yes. Do you mind if I read it out loud?
Oh, no.
That's it. There it is. It's all signed and everything. Do you mind if I read it out loud?
No, please do.
It says, please have Connie Hines phone Plaza, and they have a number there, tomorrow to discuss with us a possible future for her in motion pictures, and it's signed Joyce Selznick, Eastern Talent Director, Columbia Pictures Corporation. You all shook up now?
Completely.
Well, Connie, congratulations. Here's the wire. Call the number tomorrow, and all good luck to you. John, I've got to ask you one question before we start our first game. We have to get started soon, but I've got to ask you if you have no objections.
I expect you're going to ask me about my beard.
About the beard?
Most people do.
Yeah.
You want to know why I grow it?
Yeah.
Well, I always say when people ask me this question, it's one of the few opportunities left for a man to express his individuality in this modern age.
Well, I think that's a very good answer, but is that the only reason you've raised it?
No. The real reason is quite different. I'll cut it as short as I can.
All right.
During the war, I was in intelligence work.
Yeah.
And I was chosen to take a message from England to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a long story. I'll cut it very short. What it boiled down to was they tattooed this message under my chin. And I grew a beard to cover it. The idea was that if I did reach there and was killed, well, it didn't matter. The message was still there. All they had to do was to shave it.
All right.
After I'd done that, I wasn't suitable for intelligence anymore. I went back to the Air Force. And I was the only man in Her Majesty's Royal Air Force who was allowed to wear a beard in uniform.
Is that the real story, though, about the...
No, not a word of truth in it. It's a lovely story, though, isn't it?
I stepped into that one nicely, didn't I, John? Oh, boy. Well, I'll tell you what, enough of this now. You pulled one on me. I'm not going to try to get back even with you on the game, but we are going to start it right now. First of all, for each of you, some Colgate Dental Cream with Gardol as well as Power Pack Colgate. Good luck to you both. And now let's start that first game, shall we? Step back to the Dotto boards, please. And Carol, may I have the questions for the first game, please? Thank you very much, and lovely as usual. Thank you very much, Carol. And now let's reveal those $15,000 Dotto pictures. There they are. You have identical pictures. You cannot see each other's, and as soon as you recognize the picture, press the button for Dotto, because we're going to pay you $300 for every dot that remains not connected. Would you try your signals now, please? John, yours. Connie, yours. Okay, we're all set to go, and because the champion has proven herself, the challenger goes first. That is you, John. The more dots you ask for, the harder the question will be, and if you miss, the dots will go to your opponent's picture. The first category is Grand Opera. John, would you like to try to connect 5, 8, or 10 dots?
I'll try 10, Mr. Narz.
All right. Name the Wagnerian opera in which a boy of the forest heals the wound of Amfortis.
Amfortis.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a German opera, and its composer, I think, would be Richard Wagner.
That's right. I want the name of the opera.
The name of the opera is, Parsifal.
Parsifal is absolutely right, and here are your first 10 connected dots. All righty, 10 dots connected to your picture, 40 unconnected. It is worth $12,000, John. Connie, Grand Opera is the category. Will you go for 5, 8, or 10?
I'm not quite up on it. I better take 8.
8. In this Verdi opera, based on Shakespeare's Merry Wives of Windsor, the main character gets concealed in a clothes basket. Can you name that opera?
Oh, he's one of the characters in Full Stop.
Full Stop is right. Here are 8 dots for you, Connie. All righty, 8 dots connected in your picture, 42 unconnected. It is worth $12,600. And all of our questions are verified by the editorial board of the Encyclopedia Americana. Current events is the category, John. Will you try for 5, 8, or 10 on this one?
I'll try for 10.
The Army launched Explorer 4 last week. How many satellites does the United States currently have in orbit?
Well, now, let's see, the Navy. First one, second one went for a Burton. 3.
3 is right, and here are 10 more dots for you. Dots are connected in your picture, John. 30 unconnected. It is worth $9,000. Connie, current events is the category. Will you go for 5, 8, or 10 on this one? John has 20.
He has 20?
Yeah.
I'll take 10.
All right. This week, more than 180,000 members of a religious organization met at their New York convention. Name that organization.
Oh, yes. Seen them all over the place. Jehovah's Witnesses.
You are right, and here are 10 dots for you, Connie. Now you're up to 18 dots connected. Connie, 32 unconnected. Your picture is worth $9,600. You with 18 dots, John, you with 20 connected dots means that on your next question you will be trying for your first clue. We're going to give you an opportunity to study your pictures. We'll be back with that question in just a moment. You know, when a family does things together, everybody has more fun. At least we found it so with our 4 youngsters, and so have this mother and dad. Watch.
You can't learn too early that one brushing with Colgate Dental Cream helps give the surest protection all day long. You fight tooth decay with Colgate's while you stop bad breath all day. Brushing for brushing, Colgate's gives the surest protection ever offered by any toothpaste. Of all leading brands, only Colgate's contains Gardol. And here's how Gardol works. Now, just as I was protected by this invisible shield, Colgate's with Gardol forms an invisible protective shield around your teeth, fights tooth decay and bad breath all day. Yes, for most people, just one brushing stops mouth odor all day. Get Colgate Dental Cream. And have you tried America's first aerosol dentifrice? Power-packed Colgate's with Gardol in the most convenient container ever. Just press the top and release the desired amount. Real fingertip ease. So now, at the push of a button or squeeze of a tube, you
fight tooth decay with Colgate while you stop bad breath all day.
Okay, now our contestants will try to get that first clue. Battles of History is the category, John. You have 20 connected dots. We'll give you a clue when you have connected 25 or more. Will you try for 5, 8, or 10?
I'll try for a 5.
For 5. Austerlitz is the town at which Napoleon defeated 2 emperors. Is Austerlitz in East Prussia or Czechoslovakia?
Czechoslovakia.
You're right. Here are your 5 dots. Here's your first clue. John, you have 25 connected dots. You have a clue. Your picture is worth $7,500 if you can identify it now. Connie, the category Battles of History. With 18 connected dots, you can qualify for your first clue here. You'll have to go for at least 8, though. Battles of History.
I'll go for 8.
For 8 dots in your first clue. Name the Black Sea country in which the charge of the Light Brigade took place.
Was it Russia?
It was Russia. You barely beat the time limit. Here are 8 more dots. Your first clue. All right, you have 26 connected dots. There is your first clue. Your picture is worth $7,200, Connie. All right, John, the next category, chemistry. How are you on chemistry, sir?
Well, I'll try to think of a good report.
If you're real good and want to go all the way for the most difficult question, you can earn another clue.
No, I'll take 5.
Only 5.
I think I recognize the eyebrows on the show.
Okay. When Milady bleaches her hair, she'll probably need some H2O2. Is this heavy water or hydrogen peroxide?
I think it's hydrogen peroxide.
You think right. Here are 5 more dots for you, John. Okay, John thinks he can identify the picture. John, you have 20 unconnected dots in your picture at $300 a dot. The picture is worth $6,000, sir. Don't be wrong, because if you are mistaken in your identification, we will have to eliminate you from the game. Connie will not see your answer if you'll step over there to the dotograph and write it out, sir. And he's right. That's who it is. I'm going to double check. You're absolutely right. John, please stand by. Connie, everything's at stake now. Your championship is up for grabs unless you can come up with a tie for us. You have 26 connected dots. You have 1 clue. We're now going to give you 10 seconds to think it over. Good luck, Connie. Connie, I'm sorry, your time is up. Who is it?
I don't have the vaguest idea.
You don't know. Well, that means we have a new champion, John Ridley, and he has won $6,000. John, I'll be with you in just 1 moment. Connie, we're going to go ahead and complete your picture for you now. When it had a few more lines are drawn in, I think you'll probably recognize Adlai Stevenson. That's who John identified and became our new champion. It's a shame, however, you've won $1,400 in the show. We've certainly enjoyed having you here. In the meantime, I know some nice things have happened to you since you've been on the show, the modeling, and now the motion picture thing. Lots of luck, Connie.
You've lost to a nicer person than...
John, congratulations to you, sir. You're $6,000 richer than when you came in here this evening. You're our Dotto champ, and in just a moment, we'll have a new challenger for you, so please stand by. Right now, it's a big moment for you folks at home, because we're going to make a phone call to one of you who are watching the show and ask you to identify the home Dotto picture and maybe win a real tremendous prize. Ralph Paul, how about telling us where that call is going tonight?
Jack, the postcard draw tonight is from the state of Kentucky, from Bedford, Kentucky, where Dotto is seen over WAVE-TV, and Mrs. Elmer Stockdale.
Thanks, Carol. Hello there. Mrs. Stockdale, is it? I'm from down around there, but I don't know exactly where Bedford is. About 50 miles out of Louisville. I see. Well, that's my hometown. Well, I'll tell you, Mrs. Stockdale, in just a moment, we're going to ask you the all-important question. And if you can answer it correctly, you're going to win a really sensational prize. Right now, though, we're going to connect 10 more dots for you. Here they are. Mrs. Stockdale, the big moment is here. If you can identify this face, you're going to win a truly fabulous prize. And here it is.
The Continental Mark III Landau, the most important motor car of our time. Its arrival sends a wave of exhilaration through any audience. For here is styling done with uncompromising restraint. In every detail, from luxurious power accessories to the most minute interior appointment, the Continental Mark III is a part above all others. Outside, inside, no matter what your measure of a motor car, the Continental Mark III is the ultimate step in fine car ownership. And for the youngster of the family, a real power-driven junior sports car that drives up to 5 miles an hour. And finally, from a fund administered by the Chase Manhattan Bank, one of the oldest and largest banks in the United States, $100 per month. That's $100 each and every month for 5 years.
Well, Mrs. Stockdale, you and your family could cut a wide swath through Louisville with that, couldn't you?
Sure could.
I know that a great many people, including
My mother and father, are about to go to the floor waiting for your answer, so we're not going to hold them or you up any longer. Mrs. Stockdale, take a look at the picture and tell us, who is it?
Well, I'm just sorry, but I just don't have any idea.
You don't have any idea?
Don't you want to guess?
None whatsoever. Okay, Mrs. Stockdale.
Of course, you were entitled to a guess, but if you don't even want to take a guess, I'll tell you, of course, that with no guess, you're wrong. But because you were called, listen to what we have for you. Here it is.
A trip for two for 1 week to any city in Europe via Lufthansa German Airlines. All your expenses will be paid and all arrangements made by the Fugazi Travel Bureau, the oldest travel bureau in the country. You'll be flown to Europe by Lufthansa German Airlines Superstars, which fly to 34 cities in 22 countries on 5 continents.
Mrs. Stockdale, you just have a ball over there in Europe, here.
In my life.
You've never
had a vacation?
Never did.
Well, this is a tremendous first one then, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Mrs. Stockdale, thank you so much for joining our home Dotto contest. Better luck next time, although how I could wish you more luck than what you've just won, I don't know.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mrs. Stockdale, and good night. Well, that means next week we'll make another telephone call, connect some more dots, and before we leave you tonight, we're going to give you an all-important word clue that will help you identify this picture. And in just one moment, we'll start our match between our new champion, John Ridley, and his first challenger. Right now, though, I want to show you a beautiful prize. I'm sorry I can't give her away. She's out in Hollywood, where 4 out of 5 top movie stars are luster cream girls. Watch now.
Here in her studio dressing room is one of the most beautiful stars in Hollywood. She has just completed a new Warner Brothers picture, Home Before Dark. It's lovely Rhonda Fleming.
Making this new picture was very exciting. But right now, I want to show you something else that's new and exciting. Liquid Luster Cream Shampoo. It's a rich, rich liquid with a new shampoo formula. And it makes any hairstyle easy to set with just plain water. That means you just shampoo, set with plain water, and have lively, natural-looking curls. See how soft and springy mine are? Like the other Hollywood famous luster cream shampoos, this new liquid luster cream never dries. It beautifies. It's made with gentle lanolin and it's heavenly rich. Try this wonderful new shampoo, Liquid Luster Cream, for lively, natural-looking curls.
John, congratulations. You're our new champ, $6,000 richer. Are you ready to meet your first challenger?
Yes, indeed.
Very good. Ralph Paul, would you introduce our next player, please?
Luster Cream welcomes our challenger, a salesman from Teaneck, New Jersey, Mr. John Newland.
Salesman, I bet you don't have any trouble with your size. I'll buy. I don't care what it is. I'm not going to argue with you. Let's find out a little about you. You're a single man. You graduated Princeton in 1956. You were in the Navy for 2 years as a TV control officer aboard the aircraft carrier Antietam. TV control officer, that sounds rather important. Exactly what were your duties?
Well, I turned the set on and off.
It's the second time tonight I stepped in it, isn't it? I'm not going to argue with you two guys any further. I'm going to present each of you with some liquid luster cream. John, try it on the beard. It'll do miracles for you. It really will. Okay, let's start that second game of Dotto. Gentlemen, good luck to you both, and please step back to the Dotto boards. There we go. Carol, please. I may have a question. Thank you very much. And now let's reveal the $5,000 Dotto pictures. Identical pictures. You cannot see each other's. You're playing for $100 a dot. Would you try the button on the desk there in front of you, John, please? That's the button to press when you think you know the picture. Now, because our champion has proven himself, you're going first. The more dots, the harder the question. If you miss, the dots will go to your opponent's picture. The first category is the United States. Will you go for 5, 8, or 10?
I think I'll take an 8-point question.
All right. John, I want you to take that. That's a replica of an eastern state admitted into the Union July 26th, 1788. Name the state.
New York?
New York is right. Yes, sir. Here are your 8 dots. 8 connected dots, 42 unconnected. The picture's worth $4,200. Champ, the category, the United States. Will you go for 5, 8, or 10 on this one, John?
You know, in England, we have to learn what were the 48 states when I was a youngster, so I'll try a 10.
All the way, the most difficult. All righty. Here is a replica of one of our western states. Name it.
This is Nevada.
You are right. Yes, sir. Here are your 10 dots. Okay, just a moment. All right, John, you have 10 dots connected in your picture, 40 unconnected. It is worth $4,000. John over here thinks he can identify the picture, right? You have 42 unconnected dots. It is worth $4,200. John, if you are mistaken, you'll be eliminated from the game. You understand that? John will not see your answer if you'll write it out, sir. Who is it? You're a little bit nervous, John, but go ahead, and that is right. Yes, that's who it is. Congratulations, John. Now, please stand by. John, he has identified the picture. In order for you to stay in our game and protect your championship, you will have to identify it now. We'll give you 10 seconds to study the picture. Good luck. You think you know who it is? You want the 10 seconds?
No,
you know who it is.
I'm sure that it is a pianist, a boy pianist from Texas, I think, whose name is Van Cliburn.
You're right. We have a tie game. Very good, gentlemen. We're all tied up. It was Van Cliburn. That means we'll start a game between you for double Dotto in just a moment. The next pictures you see are going to be worth $10,000. The winner will receive $200 for each dot that remains unconnected. We'll continue with Dotto in just a moment. Right now, I'd like you to meet some VIPs, very important people, who can help you answer a very important question. You ever hear of a company that didn't have nice things to say about its own products? Well, I doubt it. For instance, now, you take the soap companies. Every one will tell you that their detergent is best for washing your clothes. But that's not what counts. It's when the men who make those clothes recommend a detergent, then you can really believe it. And here's the detergent that manufacturers of fabrics and clothing. New Fab with Duratex. Listen to these recommendations yourself, right from the men who made them. First, here's the General Sales Manager of Mojud Hosiery, Mr. Morris L. Judson.
Never have we come across a better cleaning product than New Fab.
And here's the President of Walden Pajamas, Mr. Louis Lubin.
We haven't ever found anything to beat Fab for whiteness.
And the Vice President of Judy Kent Girls Wear, Mr. Martin Stern.
Fab protected clothes against odor better than any other product.
So, try New Fab with miracle-working Duratex. New Fab washes clothes cleaner, whiter, brighter, more lastingly free than any other wash day product in the world. Buy New Fab tomorrow for sure. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to play off our tie game right now between John Ridley and John Newland. So if we're all set, let's up the curtain and open, oh sesame. There it goes. Thank you. Carol, may I have the questions for the third game, please? Thank you very much, my dear. And now let's reveal the $10,000 Dotto pictures. There they are again, gentlemen. I remind you that these are identical pictures and you cannot see each other's. Let's go. We're playing for $200 a dot. John, the first category is English novels. English novels. Will you try for 5, 8, or 10 dots this time?
I think I'll take a 5-point question on that, Jack.
Okay. Was Pride and Prejudice written by Jane Austen or Charlotte Bronte?
I'll say Jane Austen.
And you say right. Here are your 5 dots. 5 connected dots, 45 unconnected, and the picture is worth $9,000. John, the category is English novels. 5, 8, or 10 for you, sir.
I'd better try for a 10.
English novels, I guess you'd better. Who wrote a novel called Joseph Andrews?
Fielding?
That is right, Henry Fielding. Here are your 10 dots. John, you have 10 dots connected in your picture, 40 unconnected. At $200 a dot, that picture is worth $8,000. The next category is the drama. John, the drama. 5, 8, or 10 for you.
I'll take a 8-point question on that.
Name the American Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright who wrote The Dark at the Top of the Stairs. Time is up, John. I'll have to ask you for an answer. If you don't know, I'll tell you.
I'll say,
I'm afraid I can't give you any more time. It was William Inge. William Inge. You missed the 8-dot question. That means we'll now connect 8 more dots in John's picture. John, 8 for you. All right, John, you have 18 connected dots, 32 unconnected. The picture's worth $6,400. The category is the drama. And will you go for 5, 8, or 10 on this one?
That's the less money, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
I'm just thinking aloud. 8.
Oh, yes, you go ahead and think all you want to. In other words, you're trying for that first clue. Yes. Okay. Name the American Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright who wrote Time's Up. I'm sorry, we won't be able to go any further, John. We are plumb out of time. That means we'll have John Ridley and John Newland back next week. We'll have a new game with a brand new picture. Right now, gentlemen, we're going to complete the picture that you were working on, and next week you'll have a new one, and we'll connect the number of dots you'd earned as of this time. John, you have 5 connected dots. We'll connect those for you. And John Ridley, you had 18 connected. We will connect those for you. You are going to try to identify in this picture Fred McMurray. A picture of Fred McMurray. John and John, a battle of the Johns next week here on Dotto. We'll see you then, John, and you, okay? And now, you folks at home, woo-wee, we have a word clue for you on our new home Dotto picture. So if you're all set, let's take a look at it. And for goodness sakes, write these down. These word clues are very, very important. Now, I may be calling you next week, and you'll wish you had it. So write it down. Here is the word clue. Statesman, author, military leader. And next week we'll have more dots, another phone call, and another word clue to help you win that sensational Home Dotto prize. Say, would you like to enter the Home Dotto contest? Well, here's Ralph Ball to tell you what you have to do. Ralph?
Just send us a postcard. You may send as many as you like. Write your name, address, and phone number on the back and send to Dotto, Box 55, New York 46, New York. That's Dotto, Box 55, New York 46, New York.
We'll see you tomorrow morning on the daytime version of Dotto on another network next week right here at the same time. Now it's goodbye and good night from New Fab with Duratex, the detergent approved and recommended by the men who make the things you wash. See you next week and tomorrow morning. Good night, everybody.
Dotto is a Frank Cooper scientific production. Dresses designed for Dotto by Mr. Morton. Don't forget, if you would like to get into our Home Dotto contest, just write your name, address, and phone number on a postcard and send it to Dotto, Box 55, New York 46, New York. Tomorrow night, Colgate presents an exciting drama on The Millionaire. Be sure to consult your local newspaper for time and station. And stay tuned to the Bob Cummings Show over most of these same stations.